What's up, guys? Commissioner Ace Coach 704 once again back for the League of Legends Season 4. Cannot believe we are in the fourth season already. Uh, I really appreciate everyone sticking around and making this one of the best leagues on Daddy Leagues. We're still in the top 20 of the leagues on Daddy Leagues, mainly because of you guys and your dedication and playing your games and the interaction in the chats. All that stuff is awesome, and I just want to say thank you so much. I'd be remiss if I didn't say congratulations to the Jacksonville Jaguars for winning the season 3 championship and probably the best championship game that we've had so far. I know a lot of us were watching it, and it was epic on both sides. So we're gonna jump into the preview here for season 4, which we break down all the teams. So hang in there with me. I'm gonna play some instrumental, relaxing music as we get started here. Try to keep it not too loud so you can hear my wonderful voice. I'm in my Panthers gear as we get ready to play in the NFC Championship game in real life against the Cardinals here in Charlotte, where we're getting ready to go through a crazy winter storm. So Sunday is supposed to be clear, but hey, could be snow. So you might watch a really interesting game on Sunday night. But let's take a look here. We're gonna start with the NFC. Dallas Cowboys. We have a new Cowboys owner. The previous owner had to leave. He's got a lot of stuff going on. Disappointed that he left. He was a good guy. He's active in the league and one of the better players. He's in the playoffs a lot. So you take a look at the Cowboys team. Their offensive line, one of their strengths is still pretty good. Tyrone Smith, 99 overall. Travis Frederick, center, 94 overall. The problem the Cowboys have is a quarterback situation. They got a young guy by the name of Joey Hamilton, who's a 74 overall. He's their starter. That's a tough thing to develop at this point. But look for them to upgrade that in the offseason. Christine Michael at running back is a good running back, especially in Madden with 93 acceleration, 82 overall. Receiving wise, Terrence Williams is probably their best receiver. I actually had a long talk with the new Cowboys owner. He was looking for some advice. It's his first league, so I shot him some advice in DM, and he seemed to be pretty receptive. He did win his next game, against the Redskins, so I think some of that advice might have helped. Congratulations, by the way. Two tight ends on the older side, but Greg Olsen and Jason Witten, they'll catch anything with their ratings. Both 88 overall, even though they are older and slower. Hey, you run the right offense, they can kill you. Defensively, Melvin Ingram, 95 overall defensive end. Greg Hardy, 92 overall defensive end. Tyrone Crawford, defensive tackle, 89 overall. Hell of a D-line right there. Linebacking core, Sean Lee still pretty good, 85 overall outside backer. Rolando McClain at 90 overall outside backer. In the secondary, hey, their secondary is good. That's one thing that Cowboys' previous owner did was build a good secondary. You still got Darrell Revis, Joe Hayden, Orlando Scandrick, and Byron Jones as your top 4 corners. And Revis will still be a really good safety with his ratings. J.J. Wilcox, Barry Church are some pretty good safeties. So the Cowboys, are still in, I'd say pretty good shape. You just got to figure out what you want to do on offense, and I think they have a pretty good defense. So, once the new owner gets his legs under him, expecting for him to win some games there in the NFC East. Taking a look at the Philadelphia Eagles. Jason Kelsey at center is their best offensive lineman at 88 overall. Lee Ross, quarterback, I believe he was Rookie of the Year a couple years ago. I mean, with that 92 speed, he's 84 overall. He's got he's got good accuracy across the board. So, the Eagles owner, when he's around and playing his game, is a load. He showed that he just beat the Vikings, I think 49-17, and the Vikings are a good team. So, this guy's a really good player. DeMarco Murray, 95 overall, still very good, even though he's 30. Receiving core, Jordan Matthews and Nelson Aguilar, the top 2 receivers there. They got pretty good speed and acceleration. Tight end, he was bragging about the tight end he got in the draft, and I see why. Olin Stallworth is an 84 overall, 21-year-old rookie. 89 acceleration and some, pretty good catching stats also. Looking at defense, Brandon Graham's a 97 overall defensive end. Connor Baldwin's 96 overall D end. Cedric Thornton 85 overall D tackle. Another good D line there. Linebackers, of course, with the Eagles, Michael Kendricks. Everyone tries to get him. He won't give them up. I see why. 87 overall, 89 speed at middle linebacker is a really rare combination with his tackling abilities. Also an 86 power move. So if he blitzes, he's almost unblockable. Cornerbacks, Byron Maxwell is his best one at 84 overall. He's 30, but he's still got some pretty good stats. He uses him in zone. He'll get the job done. And the rest of the secondary is not that great. Rashawn Hilliard's a young guy, 93 speed at corner. So, he's a really good player, especially on offense. And, when you got a really strong offensive player, sometimes you can take away from that defense in order to make a strength even stronger. And when he plays, he's a tough guy to beat. New York Giants made a quote in the group saying that he was going to reclaim the NFC. And I said that you can't claim what you never had. Throughout the seasons here, our first 3 seasons, the Cowboys won the NFC in year 1. I won it in year 2. And the Cardinals won it in year 3. So that's my point. Not being mean, I'm just saying facts are facts. But anyway, looking at the Giants' offensive line, Donald Stevenson, 87 overall left guard, is their best lineman. Eli Manning still hanging on, 80 overall, 37 years old. I would assume he's going to retire after this year, but he still has good short, medium accuracy. Now Davis at running back. He's a very good running back, 92 speed, 93 acceleration, 80 overall. Looking at receivers, of course, ODB. Me being a Panthers fan, I don't like ODB, but he's a hell of a player, obviously, to cover the Madden game and all that. Going on to defense, because the rest of the receivers aren't anything really too big to talk about there. Defensive line, Jonathan Hankins, big defensive tackle, 93 overall. Holds it down on the inside. Pierre Paul's still there, 88 overall on the outside defensive end. Linebackers, Kevin Davis, a guy I traded to the Giants a couple years ago for a first-round pick, 88 overall, 92 tackle. He's a really good player. He's the best linebacker they have. At cornerback, Malcolm Moore and Rogers Camardi are still there, and they're both still in good shape where they can hold down the corner, I'd say, for another year before they, look to make some changes. They got a young guy, Tavedas Austin, who also has some good coverage skills, also with 80 overall, 92 speed. Free safety Landon Collins, 85 overall, is developing well. So the Giants can reclaim the NFC East. Maybe that's what he meant. Maybe, he got a little bold with his statement there. But no, I like the Giants, dude. He's very competitive. He plays well. And when he was around playing his games, he did, make the playoffs, win the division. So, I think the NFC East looks like it's going to be another challenge here. Welcome back to the original Redskins owner. He had to leave for a while. He got busy. And then the guy who took over the Redskins left. And now he's back. So, we say welcome back. If you have any speed, please give him some speed, because he was crying about not having speed the other day. So, but hey, he's got a lot of veterans. You can do some things with veteran guys. But let's take a look here. Offensive line, Trent Williams, 94 overall, is the best lineman he has, and he's very good. Quarterback is kind of tough right now. Andrew Hale is a young guy who's a starter, but he's hurt, so he's got 2 64 overall guys behind him. You might need to go into free agency and find someone until this Andrew Hale kid gets back. The running game, Alfred Morris still decent running back. You know, you can play some ball control with him. You have Adrian Peterson there. He's slower, of course, but hey, he's still got some very good attributes that you can try to maximize there in the running game. And then the receivers, Calvin Johnson. I had him. I cut him last offseason. He's 95 overall. He's going to catch anything. But the problem is his 82 speed. If you use him the right way, he can be very effective. The other side, you have Michael Floyd. Michael Floyd's a good player. You know, 88 overall. He's got Deshaun Jackson, who still has 90 speed, 92 acceleration at 31 years old. So, you know, that's good. Larry Fitzgerald still there. Another veteran that can catch the ball. He's going to catch anything you throw at him. Tight end Jordan Reed, 90 overall. He's a very good tight end. I've got a trade in the works to the Redskins to give him some more speed. So there'll be another guy there. He's not a high-rated guy, but he's got, you know, pretty good speed and acceleration. It can definitely help him out. Now, defensively, they got some good guys here on this D-line. I mean, Ryan Kerrigan, 99 overall DN. Junior Gillette, 97 overall DN. Stephen Paella, 86 overall DN. Mix of guys there, all highly rated. Antoine Hill's a young guy who's 88 overall DN. A lot of DNs there. It's going to be interesting what kind of defense you're going to play with that. Terrence Knighton, defensive tackle who's 88 overall. Linebackers, the best one, he's got some veteran guys there. Bruce Carter, you know, he's a veteran guy, 83 overall, 84 speed. But no one really to just make you say wow there. Secondary, Chris Culliver is a good corner, 83 overall. He's more of a number 2 corner. He's got a couple young guys behind him that, you know, could develop. Perry Doolittle and Corey Davis, both 23 years old, both 78 overall. Good coverage attributes. Jairus Byrd, free safety, is probably the best player in the secondary. So the Redskins have some work to do to rebuild that team, but you know, I think one good draft. He made the playoffs in year 1. So NFC East looks like, I think, between the Eagles and the Giants, honestly. The Cowboys are trying to get their feet under them. The Redskins have some rebuilding to do. So as long as the Eagles and Giants play their games, which has been the thing to hold them back, I think they're going to be pretty good. All right, so let's move on to the NFC West. San Francisco 49ers, we have an owner that's going to join tonight or Friday. So this team has been neglected ever since last season. We had an owner that the original owner was there, and then he disappeared. Then we've had 1 or 2 guys come in, stay for a minute, and then leave because they don't feel like they can build up, you know, this team, which still has some good pieces. You know, take a look at them. Joe Thomas, 85 overall left tackle. Alex Boone, 88 overall left guard. Hold down the offensive line. They made a trade with the Jets to acquire Quinn Taylor, good young quarterback, 82 overall. Very good throw power, throw accuracy. Throw accuracy is really good. 92 throw accuracy. That's awesome. 23 years old. So there's a building block right there. You're looking at your running backs. Some of these guys are. Ryan Matthews is the lead guy. I don't think he would be the starter for me, though. Maybe this Quentin Owens guy is 24 years old, 78 overall, 88 speed, 89 acceleration. That's somebody you can build with. Looking at the receivers, you got some work to do with the receiver. Torrey Swift's your best one, but he's hurt right now. Tight ends, nothing special there. So you go into free agency and in the draft, if you're the 49ers, that's where you want to focus. Wide receivers, tight ends. For those kind of positions. Defensively, Everson Griffin, 87 overall DN, is their best D lineman. Linebackers, Navarro Bowman's still there, 92 overall. He can be a linchpin on the defensive side of the ball, 82 speed. Very good tackling, 99 overall tackling, 93 hit power, 93 block shed, 97 pursuit. That's your defense right there. You build around him. Cornerbacks, they got 2 young guys, Jerron Lucas and Tremont Milton. Milton was the number 1 pick in this last draft, and he's got some decent coverage skills, 6'1". So those are 2 corners you can build with. Eric Reed at free safety is very good, strong safety. You got a couple veteran guys there, so the coverage is not there here for the 49ers. Whoever comes in and takes him, please, do the best you can. Make some trades. I try to get some draft picks for some of your veteran guys that are there. And, you got 8 months. We're going all the way to the next Madden, which is the end of August. So, what is that? Yeah, 8 months. You got 8 months to build this team. There's plenty of time to turn these guys around in 1 year because that's all it takes. And you'll be really good. Arizona Cardinals have a new owner that just got these guys. This guy has been on the waiting list for 2 months. And we finally were able to hook up, and now he's got the Cardinals. So he won his first game, I believe. So welcome to the Cardinals owner. Previous owner did a really good job with this team. He chose to leave, and it was on good terms. So hopefully, he can come back at some point. Taking a look at this team. This team beat me in the NFC Championship game, and they ran the ball down my throat, and it caused me to change my philosophy about how I want to build my defense. That's the truth. So he did a really good job. Jared Veldheer, 94 overall left tackle. Mike Iupati, 99 overall left guard. Great sides of the line right there. Austin Reed, good young quarterback, 80 overall, 24 years old, good throw accuracy attributes, 86 speed. CJ Anderson killed me last year. 85 overall running back. He runs very well inside the tackles. If that wasn't enough, Doug Martin, another good inside runners behind him. Receivers, he's got some good receivers. Sistiq Collins is a young guy, 80 overall. He's got good catching ability, good speed. John Brown, of course, 94 speed. He's in the slot. Jerron Brown behind him has got good speed. Tight ends are decent, nothing special. Looking at their defense, the thing is, their defense, nothing really stands out about them right here. Defensive line, the best guys are 81 overall, DN, veteran Adrian Claiborne. Linebackers, he's got a young guy, Jimmy Scott, 83 overall, outside backer. Frederick James, 80 overall, middle linebacker, 86 speed. They have good speed at the linebacker core. That helps them out a lot. Secondary, of course, you got the Arizona Cardinals. Patrick Peterson, of course, is shut down. They got a young corner in Jeffrey Gandy, who looks like he can be pretty good. Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, free safety, is awesome. Deion Buchanan, strong safety, is a very good player. In real life, he moved to middle linebacker, believe it or not. So, the Cardinals will be a good team once again. And if that first game's any indication, this guy's going to come in here and win some ball games. My vote for most improved team so far, St. Louis Rams. St. Louis Rams are undefeated so far this season. And I saw this coming last year. And the last video we did, the playoff preview, I said, watch out for the Rams because they were knocking off playoff teams at the end of last season. They figured some things out. And now they're taking it. And now they're trying to get to the next level here. So, congratulations to the Rams owner. He's been around a long time, and I played with him in other leagues, and I know he was a good player. He's going to eventually, get to this point. Offensive line, Greg Robinson at left tackle is a 92 overall, 25 years old, 94 strength, very good player. And one of the guys I traded with, and we've made a couple trades the past couple years, Jonathan Johns, 86 overall, right guard, 24 years old, 92 strength. He's progressing to what I thought he would be. He's got a very good young quarterback in Reed Simmons, who's 89 overall. Very good accuracy numbers across the board. He's going to be good the rest of the league. Todd Gurley at running back speaks for himself. Nothing else you got to say there. It's just a stud. Receivers, he picked up from me Jamarian Brandon for a first-round pick, and Jamarian is a tall guy, 6'4", with 94 speed. So, I kind of lamented. I drafted a guy in the first round who came out pretty good, and he was disappointed that my guy was the same as Jamarian. But Jamarian's a really good player, and I was only going to trade him for a first rounder, so he made the deal. Now he's got, he wanted a speed guy, and Jamarian is a good speed guy. This young tight end, Dextrell McFadden, my goodness, 23 years old, 89 overall. He's developing really nicely. He's going to be a heck of a player. Defensively, his defensive line, oh my gosh. Calais Campbell, 92 overall. Robert Quinn, 97 overall at the ends. Um, Aaron Donald, 99 overall D tackle, 85 D tackle overall. Terrell Redmond. We were talking about earlier best front sevens, and the Rams' defensive line is one of the best in the league. Looking at linebackers, Alec Ogletree, 85 overall. Mason Foster, 86 overall. Outside backers are really good. He's got a young middle linebacker in Hunter Hayden. I remember I scouted that guy in the draft. He's a good player. Um, Secondary, he's got some younger guys there. DJ Gray's a 6'2 corner with 95 speed. I tell you, that's rare. A 6'2 corner with 95 speed and 87 man. That's nice. That's real nice. He's got 379 overall corners. Safety position, I know he's still looking for a free safety, but the Rams are a good team with good talent. Watch those guys. He doesn't say much, but it's somebody you got to keep your eye on. So we're going to move on here to the Seattle Seahawks. Old school, had made the playoffs in year 2. Didn't make it in year 3. Kind of missed them games here and there. But they're at 2-1 right now. Taking a look at their team. Offensive line, I'd say that you got some good guys there. 84, 83 overall guys. Brandon Brooks at right tackle is at 89 overall. He's the best one out of all of them. Russell Wilson's back again. 90 overall quarterback. He drafted, very smart, he drafted a backup quarterback because Wilson got hurt last year and that hurt him. So he drafted Malcolm Cole. And Malcolm Cole's an 80 overall rookie who has some nice throwing stats. So he has someone behind him now. Marshawn Lynch is still there, 92 overall. He's kind of slowed down, but he's a really good inside runner. We actually got 5 running backs on the team, but those top 3 are actually pretty good. Shane Vereen and Denard Coles, a young guy there. Looking at receivers, Baldwin and Curse and Lockett are all there. Paul Richardson's there. Lockett and Richardson have both good speed. You can use them in the slot. Of course, Jimmy Graham at tight end along with Luke Wilson is a good tight end combination. So I like some of the pieces that Seahawks have on offense. On defense, of course, they're the Seahawks. Michael Bennett, Cliff Averill are there at the defensive ends. He drafted 2 young defensive tackles who I believe are going to be starters. Actually, there are only 2 D tackles he has. So I guess they will be starters if you run into 4-3. He was high on those guys during the draft. Linebackers, Bruce Irvin, Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright, of course. Those are your top 3 linebackers. You got that young guy, Jermichael Stills, is still there. He was high on a couple drafts ago, 85 overall. Secondary, Richard Sherman, of course, locked down. Still got some decent corners behind them. Pretty good corners there. Secondary, still has Cam Chancellor. He traded Earl Thomas, but he's got a young guy he likes, Hunter Fleming, who's come on and played very well also. So the Seahawks will still be there, man. I think him and the Rams have a little rivalry going. So, between them, a rebuilding 49ers, and you got a Cardinals team who's kind of a wild card, I think those 3 are going to fight it out for the title in the NFC West. NFC North, Chicago Bears, sadly, this is the Bears' last season here. He sent me a message a couple days ago. He's got a lot of stuff going on. Won't be able to be here after this season, but he's been here from the start. He's been a great player. He's always played his games. I had great battles with him in the playoffs and in the regular season. I hate to lose him, but hopefully he will come back before we go into Madden 17. Looking at his offensive line, Kyle Long is 92 overall right guard, his best player there. Quarterbacks, he just made a trade to pick up J.W. Jackson from the Broncos, who's a rookie, 21-year-old rookie. I was looking at this guy in the draft. He's very good, 92 throw accuracy, which is rare to find, especially in a rookie. So this guy might be a starter, might be the backup. I know Stafford has been the starter there, so that's something to watch. He loves his running back, Montrell Landry. He was one of the league leaders in rushing last year. 25 years old. It's 84 overall, 90 speed, 90 acceleration, but he plays faster than that. He's a very good running back. Kevin White, of course. I swear. This guy, 6'3", 94 speed. He kills people with Kevin White. Tight end Martellus Bennett's still there, 91 overall. I know he tried to trade him before, but he's still a very good player. Defensive line wise, Pernell McPhee was a Pro Bowler last year, 99 overall. Really tough coming off the left end going against right tackles. That's smart to put him there. Linebackers, best one is a young guy by the name of Kadarius McDonald, who's an 85 overall with 84 speed. Corners, Vontae Davis. He did trade Sean Smith to the Broncos in that trade for J.W. Jackson, the quarterback. So he's got Vontae Davis on the outside, who he picked up from the Colts. I remember that trade. He's got some other guys behind him that are, okay. Kyle Fuller at free safety is his best one there, and he moved D. Milliner to strong safety. I think it was a good, 92 speed. That's a good move. He's got decent coverage skills too. So the Bears are gonna be there, man. They've always had some good battles with the other teams in this division. It's a very balanced division outside of this next team, the Detroit Lions, who are the only team that's open right now. So I'm gonna be brief with my comments on them. We're trying to recruit a Lions guy at this time. Hopefully we can get someone in there that's going to be here, because they got some good pieces. Like the offensive line, Riley Reeves, 86 overall. Larry Warford, 91 overall. Trey Turner, 90 overall. He's got a good young quarterback in Chance Hopkins, a 78 overall quarterback, someone you can build around. Looking at their backs and receivers. Theo Riddick is a good receiving back. He's got a young guy, Ethan Graham, 92 speed, 92 acceleration, 98 agility. That kid, that could be your starter right there. And Theo could be a third down guy. Receivers, Golden Tate's still there, still got some decent things. Ebron at tight end's a good piece. Defensively, Ezekiel Ansah's a 96 overall. Tahir Whitehead, a linebacker, 91 overall. Levy at linebacker, a 90 overall. And Darius Slay at corner, 6'1", 94 speed. Glover Quinn at free safety is good. They got good pieces. They just need a good owner to come in here and play with these guys. That's better than some teams that you guys have. Green Bay Packers. He's been close to the playoffs. He keeps losing out. He's on that wild card bubble, but just can't get over the hump. Offensive line wise, Corey Linsley's his best lineman, 89 overall center. He's got Brett Hundley at quarterback, who has grown into being an 83 overall player. It's pretty good. Running back, he just picked up Jeremy Langford from, I believe, the Falcons. So I would expect Langford to become the starter there. Ellington's 29. He's got a higher overall, but Langford's faster. And I like Langford's game and his attributes. He put Eddie Lacy at fullback. That makes sense. Receiver-wise, Jonathan Taylor looks like he's hurt right now, unfortunately, but he's probably the best receiver in the league. Randall Cobb's there. I traded him Chris Conley. Chris Conley's there, so he's got some good receivers. I was trying to give him a tight end in trade. That didn't happen. Looking at defense, he's got Arthur Moats. I believe he just got the trade also, who's a 93 overall DN. Mike Daniels, 88 overall DN. He did trade Clay Matthews to the Falcons, who have been making trades all over the place. That's another story. Linebacker, his best one's Justin Mosley. He's also got Deron Benjamin at linebacker. Two young guys, 86 and 84 overall. Both have very good speed. Secondary, he didn't want to trade any of his corners. I remember we were talking trades. Hayward and Shields hold it down on the outside. And Webster in the slot's got good speed. Clinton Dix at free safety is a good player. And strong safety's got a couple guys in the mix there. So with the Packers, their passing game is strong with those receivers. He'll be in the mix like he always is in the NFC North. Then you got the Minnesota Vikings. He's come back here and done a good job with this team. Looking at offensive line, Jake Matthews, 90 overall, was the best offensive lineman there, left tackle. Bridgewater at quarterback, obviously he's the guy there, but he can play well with Nick Marshall when Bridgewater was hurt last year. Um, Running back wise, he's got a couple of different guys here. Talaferro is a bigger back. He's the highest rated guy. I'm not sure if he's a starter or not. I know he does use Jeff Demps. Of course, we all know who Jeff Demps is. High speed, 95 speed, 94 acceleration. Um, Now, this is the key with these guys. You got speed at wide receiver. Nico Jackson, 93 speed. DJ Carey, 97 speed. Kendrick Stover, 97 speed. These guys are not highly rated, but you have to respect their speed. And we all know how speed does in Madden. So, he said he was really high on those guys. Tight end, Kyle Rudolph's still there. Defensively, Anthony Barr's a 99 overall DN. Sharif Ford's a 99 overall D tackle. Very good defensive lineman. Zach Brown at linebacker is a 90 overall. He's the best linebacker there. Of course, this guy does very well with these corners. Xavier Rhodes and Trey Waynes, especially Trey Waynes. Trey Waynes has led the league with, or been near the top of the league in interceptions every season. That's because he's 95 speed, 6'6" foot, and he's got 93 zone. I mean, I try not to even throw on that side when I play him. And I did one time, got picked off, of course. But Harrison Smith at free safety, 96 overall, is a very good player. So the Vikings, they made the playoffs last year. Expect for them to really be there again along with the Bears. I like those two teams. And expect the Packers to have the ability to beat either one of them. Now, the best division in the league. The NFC South. Alright. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now that he's playing his games, he's winning games. Imagine that. Nah, he's very busy. He works at a restaurant. He's in school. So his like he was saying in the chat the other day, his free time's at night. It's during the day. When most of us, our free time's at night. So sometimes you take some sim losses, forced losses or whatever. But let's take a look here. His best player on the offensive line, Lane Johnson, 97 overall, left tackle. Very good. He pairs him with Brandon Scherf on the left side, 85 overall left guard. Quarterback has been an interesting piece here with Tampa Bay. They got 5 on the roster. One's hurt, but I know he made a move to get Logan Thomas from the Patriots. I'm not sure who the starter is. He said he played 3 in one game the other day, so that's interesting. But running back Amir Abdullah, that's the one you got to stop. 95 acceleration from running back position is very impressive. Of course, with receivers, Mike Evans is the best one there. You got a couple of other decent guys there. Also, Sanu, of course, he's a very good possession guy. Shaquan Reed, he picked up in a trade with the Cincinnati Bengals. He's very good tight end, 92 overall. Still got some Varian Jenkins there. Probably see some 2 tight end packages from the Buccaneers. Defensively, defensive line's got 2 good defensive ends, Malik Jackson, Vinny Curry. Young guy, D-tackle Ben Drummond. Looks like he could be a player. Of course, at linebacker, Levante David. He moved to middle linebacker, I think, a year or 2 ago. I think that's a good move. Corn Alexander's underrated at linebacker, 87 speed. I know he was mentioning he was very happy with his front 7, and they are very good. They're very good. At the secondary, you got Jerron Phillip at corners, a 95 speed guy at 6 foot. Darquez Denard is there. Philip Gaines is there. So you got a good mix of corners there that can play a couple different styles. Safety position, Alteron Runner is a move to strong safety, which is a smart move. I would have done that too at this point. So the Bucks, he's a good player. Don't let the record from the past couple years fool you. I've played him in some other leagues. He's a good player. Now, the crazy trading like a fool Atlanta Falcons are off to another good start, and I said it last year. These guys can play. It's a matter of playing their games. When they play their games, they're going to be there. So, hopefully, he would continue to play his games. But when you look at the roster, offensive line wise, J.R. Sweezy's the best guy at left guard. He's 85 overall. Um, Quarterbacks are nothing special. He's got a couple of, also ran A.J. McCarron, who's probably the starter here. He's got some decent throw ratings. Tevin Coleman, the running back, that's his guy. 93 speed at running back is good. Receivers, of course, Julio Jones, and he's got a couple veteran guys here. He's got some guys with some speed mixed in there too. Tight ends, he's got a few good tight ends. I know he picked up, oh gosh, Eifert from the Chiefs, and he's going to pick up Fleener from me. And he's very happy with his tight ends, but all I have to say is there's one ball. You can't throw it to all those tight ends at one time and then have Julio Jones also. So he may move a couple of those guys later on down the line to someone else who may need a tight end. So one thing I know is Falcons, when we've seen it, they're not afraid to trade at all. Defensively, he's got some good defensive linemen here. Merciless, 91 overall. He just made a trade for Clay Matthews, who's a 99 overall. Very good attributes, obviously. Jabal Shears, a 93 overall. Defensive tackle Paul Kruger, Michael Brockers are there. Good players. Linebackers, he's went out and signed. I know he signed this guy Kirksey in free agency. I don't know if he's playing or not because he's behind Gerald Hodges Jr., 89 overall. Kirksey's 87 overall. Is a guy that I know we were all targeting in the NFC South for some reason. But the Falcons got him like they need him, or whatever. Secondary, Desmond Trufant's the best corner. 94 overall, he's a very good corner. 92 speed, very good at coverage attributes. Eric Berry, strong safety, a good player. Raheem Ward, free safety, 87 overall. So the Falcons are very talented, especially on the defensive side of the ball. But keep playing your games. Play your games. Find yourself in the playoffs. New Orleans Saints. I finally beat them in the playoffs. He beat me twice during the regular season. And I didn't play very smart in those games, but he's a very good player. Got in the playoffs last year. Beat the Bears on the road, and then we came to Carolina and we got our revenge finally. But I know every time I play him, it's going to be a war. Offensive line wise, Teron Armstead and Max Unger are the two best linemen there. 85, 84 overall, respectively. Young quarterback in Jackson Lamb, who's coming along, 83 overall. He's got good attributes. He's developing well. He drafted a lot of running backs in the draft, and I believe Patrick Harvin is his starter. He's an 78 overall guy, 90 speed, 90 acceleration. I know he was going to make some changes in his running game. Brandon Cooks at receiver is the one you got to watch. He picked up Kendall Wright in a trade. He's got a couple of possession guys behind him. Tight end, he likes using Osbury a lot. He's got good speed, 87 speed, 86 acceleration. Defensively, a guy that always gets me is either Cameron Jordan or Senderick Marks. Those guys, I have trouble blocking them for whatever reason. He's got Jordan, 91 overall, Fletcher Cox, 94 overall, Marks is an 88 overall defensive tackle. A very good defensive line. Linebacker, he picked up Darrell Washington in free agency. That was a good move. I saw him out there, but I didn't feel like I needed him. But this is a good pickup for the Saints. 91 overall, very good player. Alonzo in the middle, 88 overall, along with Brandon Marshall, 86 overall. He's playing a 3-4 there. Stephon Anthony's on the outside, good young player, 86 overall. Deshaun Donaldson is a guy I don't throw at anymore. He's an 81 overall corner. 6'2", 96 speed guy. I remember they got him. I think the Saints didn't have an owner, and the computer actually picked him up early in the draft, so that was a good CPU pick. You got Demarius Randall over there also in a trade from the Packers, a very good player. And Vaccaro in the secondary is also one you got to watch. So the Saints, are always in the mix. They were a playoff team last year. Um, so I mean, this division is ridiculous. And then you got myself. Um, we made an NFC title game last year, off to a good start. Offensive line wise, Zach Martin's my best lineman. I made that trade in the Cowboys last year when I gave up Joe Hayden. He's 99 overall, along with Costanzo at left tackle and Hunter at left guard, are both 90 overall guys. Just traded Cam Newton to the Broncos. The Broncos guy loves Cam Newton. Cam Newton drove me crazy sometimes, and I was talking about wanting a young guy that I can continue to develop. Duran Parker, the former Broncos quarterback, fits what I like to do even better than Cam Newton does. He's a 90 overall guy, 24 years old. Um, he's a very good fit for us. Tavon Austin at running back, of course, leads our running game. Very good running back. In the draft, I have Jeffrey at receiver, but I wanted to retool my receivers. So I picked up two guys that came out very good in Jabriel Skinner, Ace Daniels, along with Russ Griffin. Our top four receivers are very good, in my opinion. Tight ends, I also picked up a guy, Wes Stover, 89 speed tight end as a rookie. Really good player. Um, Looking at defense, Starlo Tulalay is my best D lineman at 95 overall at D tackle. Made a trade with the Chiefs, got a young defensive tackle in Darius Austin who plays the other side. User Damian Minor, he doesn't rate very high overall, but his attributes are off the charts. That's why I love using him. Linebackers, of course, Luke Kuechly's my best one there. Shaq Thompson does a great job. I drafted a young guy in Ace Peppers who is my outside backer now. I moved Donald Butler back inside. That's where I play him, even though he's still listed as an outside backer. And my secondary is my thing I'm proud of. Derek Dawkins, he was a great first round pick. He's 97 speed. He's my number one guy. Jason Verrett on the other side. Rashawn McClure does the slot. Will Davis, who signed in free agency, who does a good job as number 4 corner. Trey Boston at free. He's a machine picking off the ball. And Josh Norman plays a strong safety. He does a great job there too. So I'm very happy with this team. Happy with the Cam Newton trade. We're always looking to get younger. I've got some contracts coming up in 2 years. I got to look at making some moves on. But overall, I'm very happy with the way my team lines up. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the AFC. AFC East, Buffalo Bills. I talked with him the other day. He's happy with the trade he made. We'll get into that here in a second. Offensive line, you got a good offensive line. Cordy Glenn at left tackle, 91 overall. Nate Solder at right tackle, 94 overall. Good tackles, good young guys on the inside. Made a trade to pick up Jameis Winston. He said he really needed a quarterback, and I agree, because he was trying to do it with E.J. Manuel, who was just getting worse with time. And Winston has some good, throw attributes that you would imagine. LaShawn McCoy is still there, still pretty decent. Sammy Watkins at receivers is best one there. A couple good tight ends. I know he signed Dwayne Allen in free agency along with Charles Clay is there. Pretty good guys. Defensive line, Aaron Lynch, 95 overall. Hughes, 92 overall DNs. Marcel Darius, 99 overall D tackle. One of the best in the game. Linebackers, his best one is Lawrence Timmons, who's a 91 overall. He's only 75 speed and must be playing him inside. That's probably what I would do there. Of course, the secondary, Stephon Gilmore is a really good corner at 85 overall. Malcolm Jenkins, 88 overall strong safety. So there's some good pieces there for the Bills as they look to challenge in the AFC East. Miami Dolphins. I know we were supposed to get rid of Tannehill. I don't blame him. I don't like Tannehill either. So I know he's scouting young quarterbacks already. Take a look at the offensive line. He's got a good young left guard at Evan Good, who's a 91 overall already. At 24 years old, that's excellent. Drafted that young left tackle in Trey Hood, who's a good pick. Pouncey at center, 88 overall. He's got some good offensive line pieces. I already talked about Tannehill, who's come out as an 83 overall. He got good accuracy, but I tell you, when you really need him, he just doesn't come through. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a trade or something. I don't know. Lamar Miller, very good running back. Obviously, we all know that with Miller. Receivers are very good. It's a good stable there with Parker, Landry, Collins, and Stills. Collins being a young guy, but he's got 91 speed at 6'1". And Cameron at tight end. He's a good tight end, obviously. Defensively, of course, Donkey Kong Sue, 99 overall, unblockable. Linebackers are very good. I know he drafted a couple guys. I think he drafted Lindsey. Came out 86 overall. Bryant Floyd's an 86 overall, both outside backers. Good players. Secondary, a couple young guys at the corner, Lindsey and Scott, both 81 overall. Um, Safeties, you got Richard Jones, a strong safety, 87 overall. So there are still some pieces there for the Dolphins. They just got to get a quarterback to kind of bring it all together. And hopefully that happens sooner than later. Crazy ass New York Jets. Love reading this stuff in the chat, man. You just don't hold nothing back. It's really entertaining to have that kind of guy in the league. He's got a million offensive linemen, but none of them really stand out. So I know he's looking for some help there. He picked up Zach Mettenberger at quarterback. He traded the young guy to San Francisco, but Mettenberger's a good quarterback. He's got good throw power, some good accuracy numbers. It's not a bad deal there. I know he's been trying to trade Cedric Blake at running back. He probably wants to start this young guy behind him, Jonte Lauderdale. Looks like he can be a pretty good player also. Keenan Allen at wide receiver catches everything. I remember playing the Jets last season. I was frustrated as hell trying to stop him. Amaro is a pretty good tight end. Good speed and good catching numbers. Defensive line, that's where the Jets make their money. I mean, good gracious. 85 overall DNs, got two of them. 99 overall Sheldon Richardson, 99 overall Muhammad Wilkerson, and then behind that is Damon Harrison, 92 overall D tackle. Trade one of those linemen, man. Good gracious. You can trade a defensive lineman for an offensive lineman. I got things falling over here all over the place. Gotta keep it straight. Linebackers, DeMario Davis, a 93 overall. Young guy Terrell Foster, who's an 86 overall outside linebacker behind him. So I'm sure one of those guys are playing the left side because they're both listed as right outside backers. Secondary, he's got a couple young guys in Jalen Sherrod and Jamal Jackson, who has 97 speed at 6'1". That's a good piece there. Calvin Pryor, free safety, is pretty good. Shaquille Cole, another young guy, 84 overall, strong safety, is very good also. So the Jets are a tough game, man. Anytime he plays, it's going to be a game because he plays really well, plays smart, and funny ass guy. Love having you around. Glad you came back for another year. New England Patriots, another one of the guys that's been here from the start. He's been a very good player. Offensive line wise, we got a couple young guys. Looks like James Austin looks like a guy he drafted, 82 overall left guard is the best one there. He's been trying to trade Aaron Rodgers. I don't know why. He's still a 95 overall at 35 years old. I guess he's trying to get younger there, but you know, he still got great numbers. Still has 95 throw power, 90 accuracy. I'd hold on to him as long as you can. I know he likes his new running back Antoine Newman, 77 overall, but he's got some nice running attributes there. Young receivers, B.J. Scott tore up the league. He likes using Dorsett, speed. Jameson is 95 speed also. Gronkowski catches everything. What else can you say there? Defensively, he's got two 99 overall DNs in Chandler Jones and Jamie Collins. Nick Fairley at defensive tackle on the inside along with DeAndre James. He picked up, I believe, from the Chiefs. Another D tackle there. Linebackers, Gerard Mayo, Dante Hightower. Mayo's 87 overall. Hightower 97 overall. He's got a young guy in Trevon Grayson. I know he was highly rated. I don't know if he was number one in true talent or not. I don't think so. He was a late pick that came out really good. He's 84 overall. I think he got him in like the fifth or sixth round. It's a hell of a pick. Secondary, he's got good corners on the outside, and Chris Harris and Benabe and Wickery. DJ Thomas behind them, the young guy's got some talent. Um, Safeties, of course, McCourty and Earl Thomas. I mean, good God. That's not even fair. Um, so the Patriots, of course, are very talented. They have no money, though. I think they have -3 million cap room. So they got that team, and they can't make a lot of moves because of that. But, I mean, that talent, who wants to make those moves? Good grief. AFC West, Denver Broncos, guy I just traded with earlier today. Taking a look at them, offensive line wise, Luis Vasquez is their best player at center, 86 overall. Of course, he just got Cam Newton. Cam Newton's a 94 overall, 97 throw power. Of course, we all know he can run. He can do anything you want to do. What drove me crazy with Cam, he would miss these open short passes, and I just don't get it. But the Denver Broncos, I'm sure he'll use them well. I didn't really run with Cam that much, but I'm sure this is his best favorite player. He'll use them the way you would see Cam on Sundays. Running backs, Virgil Franklin's his best guy, but he's hurt right now. We got a pretty good young guy behind him in Griffin Lewis, 78 overall. Of course, when you look at receivers, Demaryius Thomas, Percy Harvin, Emmanuel Sanders. Those three, good grief. Good luck stopping those guys. And tight end, he's got Dwayne Bowe that was killing the Raiders with his electric 72 speed somehow. He's got Jared Cook behind him too, who's a pretty good tight end in his own right. Defensively, Tamba Hali's older. He's still 88 overall, still getting it done. That's his best D lineman. Linebackers, you got a young guy in Chris France, another young guy in Zach Frazier. Those guys, I remember scouting them. They're very good linebackers, young guys. Manti Te'o is his best one, though, 89 overall outside backer. Picked up Sean Smith from the Bears, 90 overall corner at 6'3". To pair with Aqib Talib, good outside corners there. The rest of the secondaries got some work to do there, but the Broncos have some pieces, and now they got Cam Newton. When you got Cam Newton, hey, you can almost do anything. See that in real life, too. San Diego Chargers. Let's take a look at them. Best linemen is Orlando Franklin and DJ Fluker, pair of guards, both 90 overall. Good, pair there to run behind on the inside. The return of the old Redskin quarterbacks. Robert Griffin III, RG3, and Kirk Cousins, both on the same team. And they're both 73 overall. They got to find a quarterback in San Diego. Melvin Gordon at running back is good. I'd run the ball definitely with these guys. LeGarrette Blount at fullback. Des Bryant is your big play receiver there. Remember that big trade they made with the Cowboys a couple years ago. Still have Ladarius Green at tight end, who's a good receiving tight end. Defensively, Corey Liggett is a good run-stopping defensive end, 88 overall. Linebacker, I got a young guy, Denzel Perryman, who's a 78 overall middle linebacker. Got to do some work there. Cornerback, they got to do some work there. Brandon Flowers is the best one. He's 87 overall, only 83 speed, though. He's getting older, so I need the Chargers owner to kind of pay attention, go in free agency, do some things. You got some pieces on that team that you can be using to be competitive. Kansas City Chiefs, another trade demon. He's also a very good player. Best lineman, Eric Flowers at left guard, 93 overall. I know he moved some of these guys around. Corey Hall was a center, now he's a left tackle. He's 88 overall. I think that was a good move. I also got Eric Fisher at right tackle, 88 overall. Zach Austin, young quarterback he picked up from the Bengals, I believe, a little while ago. 81 overall, 87 speed. He can also throw it. Running back Trey Mason is his main guy. I think he's a good running back. 93 acceleration, 80 overall. Picked up from me, John Grove. He's a guy. He's got very good attributes. Doesn't have the great acceleration, but he can jump out the gym. He's got good catching attributes. He's a good possession receiver. I don't know if he's using him at number 1 or not, but I didn't play him that much because I didn't need him, but I'm glad he's going to get a chance to play in Kansas City. Tight ends, Travis Kelce. I think that's his main target, 96 overall. He can do it all. I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but it sounded kind of cool. Defensive line, he was bragging on his D-line earlier. Obviously, they're very good. Carlos Dunlap, 93 overall. I traded him to the Chiefs, I remember a year or two ago. Gerald McCoy picked up in a trade from the Patriots. Dontari Poe's already been there. McCoy's a 98 overall. Poe's 97 overall. Linebackers, obviously, with Houston and Miller, 94, 99 overall, respectively. They hold it down there. Cornerbacks, he's been working with his corners. Top 3, Logan Ryan, Miles Gibbons, and Jaquay Riley. I've traded Riley to him for a first-round pick. Riley's a good corner, a good young guy. I think him and Gibbons are on the outside, and Ryan's in the slot. Chung at free safety, and Graves, a young guy at strong safety. The Chiefs are a good team. They have good talent. And they're going to fight it out in the AFC West, see if they can get over the hump and beat these Oakland Raiders. The Raiders have been in the playoffs consistently. He's a very good scheme guy. He gets the most out of his guys. Take a look at the roster. Gabe Jackson, Rodney Hudson, Alvin Bailey, Matt Khalil. Very good offensive linemen, all 86 and above overall rated. Derek Carr, quarterback's a good young quarterback who's coming along, 78 overall. He was looking for a running back to help supplant Latavius Murray. Murray is still a good running back, 92 speed, 94 acceleration at 6'3". But I know he was wanting some help there at running back. He also wanted some help at receiver. Looks like he got a couple guys to help him out. Amari Cooper is there as the best guy. Picked up Devin Smith in the trade, signed Stephen Hill in free agency. So he's got some help there at receiver. And defensively, this is where the Raiders really impress you. Alden Smith, 96 overall DN. Khalil Mack, 99 overall DN. Dan Williams, 93 overall D tackle. Leonard Williams, 85 overall D tackle. We were talking about the best D lines earlier. The Raiders are right up there with the Chiefs. Linebackers, they don't have high ratings, but they're very fast. Very fast linebackers. They get to the ball and they make plays. On the secondary, Marcus Peters was a pretty good corner, along with the Javonte Fleming, picked up in the draft. He's very high on him. I know he was trying to trade a corner as a result of picking up Fleming in the draft. 23 years old, 97 speed, good coverage attributes. The rest of the roster is not to ride home about, but he uses, like I say about the Raiders, he uses his guys really well in his scheme, and they get the job done. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. Move on to the AFC North, Cincinnati Bengals. Team of rookies. This guy loves draft picks. He's 2-1 so far this season, so it looks like maybe some of these draft picks are finally starting to grow up. Looking at offensive line, Kevin Zeitler, an original Bengal who's still there and hasn't been traded away for draft pick. 90 overall is the best offensive lineman. Quarterback, he's got Holden Browning, the young quarterback who's 84 overall. Good throw accuracy. Good attributes there. Running back Jeremy Hill is still there. I know he's trying to trade him. So if you're interested in Jeremy Hill, I think you can still try to get him in a trade. 92 overall. He's got a young guy I'm sure he wants to play in Herb Patton, who's got some nice acceleration and speed there. Receiver-wise, he got a lot of young guys there. Malcolm Thomas is a guy he drafted. He's got good speed and acceleration. Chauncey Travis is a tall guy with 91 speed, another young guy there. He's got a couple young tight ends, Zach Wallace and Tyler Croft there. They have potential to be very good. Defensively, Deshaun Harrison, a young guy, 88 overall. He's coming along very well. Geno Atkins is still there, 90 overall defensive tackle. DeMarcus Payne, another young defensive end at 88 overall. So those young guys are starting to grow, starting to get better. You're going to see the Bengals become more competitive. At linebacker, Lonnie Jenkins, 87 overall. P.J. Dawson, 86 overall. Brian Landry, 85 overall. Some good linebackers there. Still all young, which is good. Secondary, Kevin Johnson is best one at 81 overall. Um, Demetrius McCray, 6'2 corner, has got some good coverage skills. Uh, Safety George Iloka, I love him, 6'4", 87 overall. That's awesome, 93 zone. So the Bengals are getting better, man. They're getting better. Those young guys are growing up. And that's awesome to see because he made all those trades for draft picks. As these leagues go on, if you keep those guys together towards the end of the leagues, before we get to the next Madden, you can be a really good team and in good shape. Cleveland Browns, I know he's been looking to make trades. He missed the offseason, which is a big, big no-no. Because you got the computer making your moves then, making your draft picks, making free agents, making cut decisions, and that can really mess you up. So he's trying to recover from that. Joel Bitonio is his best lineman, 99 overall right guard. Right now, it's like Manziel's still there, 78 overall. The computer signed Kaepernick for him, which that makes sense. You got Manziel, you might want someone similar behind him. Running back, Carlos Hyde's the highest rated guy, but I think Deion White is the one that plays. He's faster, got better acceleration. He'd be the one I'd play too. Of course, Kelvin Benjamin and Josh Gordon at receiver. They terrorized the league last year as he got in the playoffs, but he lost to the Steelers in a blowout in the first round. So those two guys, though, are definitely ones to watch. I think they were both top 3 in the league in receiving last year. Defensively, Nate Orchard is a young guy, defensive end, 84 overall is his best lineman. Barkevius Mingo, Marcus Phillips, and Vontez Burfict, all 90 overall linebackers. So the Browns are set at linebacker there. They just need some depth to go behind those guys. He's been looking for corners. K'Wan Williams, 81 overall is his best corner right now. But Justin Gilbert's another good corner there, 93 speed, 77 overall. I like his game. Good safeties in Tashawn Gibson, 91 overall. TJ Ward's 84 overall. So I know the Browns are looking to make trades. He's been in and out of chat. So, send him an offer, see what you can do, help him out, or maybe, find something you want, make a good deal. Baltimore Ravens. We'll take a look at them. I just played the Ravens, as a matter of fact. It's a close game. They have some pieces there that can give you some trouble. Best offensive lineman, Kalichi Osemele, 92 overall left guard. He's a good player. Also have Marshall Yanda, who's got 99 run block, 87 overall at right guard. He's played Geno Smith as the starter, but Joe Flacco is there also. Flacco's at 84 overall. Geno Smith is 78 overall. Gio Bernard at running back, of course, is a very good running back. He picked up a guy in the draft, LaMarcus Burns, who I think will get in some rotation and get some time also. Speed at receiver. He's got a deadly combination of Shundrez Morgan and Brashard Perriman, 96 and 97 speed overall. That's tough. That's tough to stop. And Morgan actually was the one that got me. He scored 2 touchdowns on me in that game. So those guys are impressive. He's got a good young tight end in Derek Pierce, who's 84 overall, 21 years old. And picked him up in the draft. Defensive line, his best ones, Brandon Williams at 90 overall defensive tackle. Linebackers, C.J. Mosley made some plays against me. He's a 90 overall middle linebacker. My voice is starting to go now because I'm getting towards the end. At corner, Jimmy Smith, 87 overall corner, 6'2". I didn't throw at him, stayed away from him. He's got Philip Dupree, a young guy on the other side who's going to be good. 94 speed, 6 foot, 22 years old. Picked him up in the draft. The Ravens had a good draft here. Will the Hill third, strong safety, 89 overall, is a good player. So the Ravens have some good pieces to be competitive in this division. I know they've been close in some games, but they got two good teams to deal with in the Browns and the team we're going to look at now, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers 3-0 in the year. Taking a look at their team, they got two good offensive linemen in particular. Marquise Pouncey's a 93 overall center. That's you don't see that too often in the league anymore. David DeCastro at right guard is a 91 overall, and the tackles are pretty good at 88 overall and 85 overall in Beecham and Gilbert also. So the Steelers have a really good offensive line there. Big Ben's still here, 36 years old, 86 overall. Still has good throwing attributes as well. Le'Veon Bell, 99 overall. He's a terror last season in the league, among the league leaders in rushing. Antonio Brown, still a good receiver, 30 years old, 90 speed, 91 acceleration. If that wasn't enough, he's got Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, and Martavis Bryant, along with Marcus Wheaton. And Rashad Green, who's a good receiver in his own right, and Sammy Coates. So they're a very good receiving core there for the Steelers also. Defensively, Cameron Hayward at 90 overall defensive end is a good player. Linebackers, Tank Spencer, I love that name. 87 overall, good young linebacker. Shazier's in the middle, it's a good move, 84 overall. Gordon and Dupree on the outside, both 84 overall. Steelers was bragging on his linebackers. That's a good linebacking core right there. I can see why. Secondary, some average guys there. Leon Hall, free safeties, 89 overall converted. That's a good move. Shamarko Thomas, 82 overall, strong safety. And there was a guy I was looking at, Sinquez Golson. He's a good player. 5'9". I think the Steelers said he's going to make him a starter here pretty soon. So, Steelers have a good team, like they always do. And they'll be a contender again in the AFC, no doubt. All right, last division, AFC South. Indianapolis Colts had 1 million picks in the draft last year. Let's take a look at them. Best lineman, you got to do some work there. Young guy, Devin Barnes, 81 overall right tackle. 24 years old, looks like he's going to grow into something. He's got 94 strength. Of course, Andrew Luck at quarterback again is another good guy. 93 overall quarterback. He's one of the best in the league. Running back is a young guy, Bernard Stevens. I remember him. He's been around for a year or two now. Receiver T.Y. Hilton's there. Still got good speed. Picked up Cordero Patterson. You got a young guy in Robert Patrick. Oh my gosh. 98 speed, 98 acceleration. Good gracious. Is he the fastest guy in the league? He might be faster than Jonathan Taylor in Green Bay. Good grief. That's insane. Defensively, you got some work to do there. You got a young guy in Jalen Riley. He's a good defensive tackle, 80 overall. Linebacker, got some more work to do. C.O. Moore is the veteran guy, 80 overall, is the best linebacker. Secondary, he's been looking for corners for the longest. We got a couple of, decent young guys. Jawan Toll, 78 overall, 94 speed. And Naquan Russell is a 76 overall young guy. So the Colts got some work to do there on the defensive side of the ball, especially, but they got some speed on offense to go with Andrew Luck, so that makes them dangerous. Reigning Super Bowl champs, Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's take a look and see what makes them special. As my computer loads here. Offensive line, Brandon Linder, he's a Pro Bowler. Remember that, 90 overall, right guard's the best guy there. Luke Jokel, 86 overall, is also a good lineman. Blake Bortles was the Super Bowl MVP. He's 80 overall, but, in the Jag system, he does what he needs him to do. Leonard Griffin, a good young running back, 84 overall there. 91 speed, 90 acceleration. Receiver, don't be fooled by the overalls. His guy's Rayshawn Wilson. He's a 76 overall guy, 97 speed, 92 acceleration. Julius Thomas at tight end is also another good player for the Jags. 90 overall, still very good. Defensively, he's got a couple young guys on the inside that are doing well, and Tremaine Hadley and Jawan Sullivan, both 87 overall guys, both young too. Hadley's 23 and Sullivan's 25. And linebacker, the one you gotta watch, Telvin Smith, one of the interception leaders um, in the league every year. 90 overall middle linebacker. Dante Fowler Jr., 85 overall, is another guy you gotta watch there. Secondary, he's got some guys with some good speed here. Carlos Clark at corner is a young guy, 96 speed. Dexter Barker, I remember him picking him up in the draft. He's another 96 speed corner. Allows you to play a lot of different coverage when you have guys that can run like that. Your safeties are not anything to write home about rating wise, but like I say with the Raiders, the Jag schemes are the thing that really make him one of the best players in the league. Spread offense guy. Defensively, he'll show you a lot of different looks, keep you off balance. So those kind of guys are hard to play. Some guys will like to sit in one or two coverages all game. That's kind of predictable. It's also something we don't like. So mix it up. It keeps it interesting for both guys on both sides of the ball. Houston Texans, take a look at them. Best lineman is a guy by the name of Laurent Duvernay Tardif. He's an 85 overall right guard, good strength. The guy's still kind of developing there. He's a young guy. I hope to God he's not playing Andy Dalton because I hate Andy Dalton. It's funny, we had a previous Texans owner who had played well, and then he made a trade for Andy Dalton. Ever since he made that trade for Andy Dalton, his team went in the toilet, and then he ended up leaving the league because he couldn't handle losing. So Andy Dalton's a curse. I just don't like him. But he's got a young guy by the name of Jesse Fisher. This is 21-year-old, 77 overall. Dalton's a 78 overall. So I hope Fisher's the starter just because I just don't like Dalton. He's got Jamal Charles, who still has 91 speed at 31 years old. That's impressive. So he's probably still getting it done there. AJ Green at receiver, obviously is the best one there. Defensively, JJ Watt, best player, one of the best defenders in the game. Obviously, 97 overall here. Jadeveon Clowney's got a linebacker, 87 overall. Must be playing a 3-4 possibly. I'm not really sure there. So 4-3, I'd move Clowney down to defensive end, is my opinion. Brian Cushing, 86 overall middle linebacker, is very good. Secondary led by Kareem Jackson, the 83 overall corner. William Gay, he moved to free safety, is a good move, 88 overall. Blanton, strong safety, is 89 overall. So the Texans, they have some pieces there. But they got to get that quarterback thing straightened out just in case he's playing Andy Dalton. Last but not least, Tennessee Titans. You got to play your games, grind mode. Guys are looking for you. You disappear on them. Please, please, please play your games. You've been here a long time, man. Offensive line-wise, they got a couple good guys. Taylor Lewan's the best one, a 93 overall left tackle. Chance Warmack, a 90 overall right guard. Mariota at quarterback, 76 overall, but he's got good speed and he's got some good throwing attributes as well. Running back, he's got a young guy, Rashawn Harper, that can be pretty good, 78 overall. Doyle Green Beckham at receiver, 6'5", 81 overall. Just throw it up to him, know he can go get it. Defensively, Brian Arakpo, Derek Morgan, both good defensive ends, 91, 93 overall respectively. Jarrell Casey on the inside, 99 overall defensive tackle. Linebackers, not too much to write home about there. Corners, McCourty's there, 82 overall, he's the best one. We got a young free safety in Jerron Winston, who looks like he could be a player, 77 overall. So those are the team breakdowns. And that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of the preview here. Nothing too much else has really changed. Sometimes I use this time to talk about different things going on in the league. Everyone's been playing their games for the most part. No one really on the hot seat at the moment. Like I said, we're trying to find a Lions user. Um, Outside of that, I appreciate everyone, being here, making this one of the best leagues on Daddy Leagues and for Madden, 16 overall. Like I said, we're gonna ride all the way to Madden 17. It's January right now. We got August. We got 8 more months to go here. We're gonna ride all the way. Goals to get in at least 4 more seasons. So I bought 8 trophies. I still haven't forgot to mail those out. I will do that very soon. I promise. Raiders and Jaguars. But if you haven't ever seen the trophies before, this is what the trophies look like. They're not big, but it's just a token of appreciation to say thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys. Love you being here, man. If you ever got issues, you know how we do things. You know, reach out and DM. Prefer DM. Sometimes it gets in the chat. We're all men. We're all competitive and everything. So as long as you keep it, clean and PC, it's all good. We'll see you on the field, guys. I appreciate you watching. Of course, I'll break this down into time segments once I post it, so you don't have to sit here and watch everything unless you just really want to. So, got any suggestions? Let us know. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you being here as always in the League of Legends PS4 Sim League.